You're joining me back in Hokkaido for winter, and I've actually been here for a couple weeks already, but the weather has been terrible, so I haven't been able to shoot much. But that's changed today, the last few days, so I'm really excited to get back out and shoot. And for this video, I've actually picked up a random girl off the side of the street.
Hi, I'm Bea.
That's not true. We've been following each other for a couple of years now on Instagram, and we've been up here in Hokkaido, so we'll be traveling around exploring for the next couple of weeks. I'm excited to show you guys. Hey, I'm Ryan, just a guy who left my 9-to-5 behind to chase his passions. To do that, I moved back to Japan, bought a camper van, and I now travel around experiencing the real beauty of this country off the beaten path. Despite the difficulties of doing van life in winter, I chose to return to Hokkaido, the northernmost, coldest, snowiest prefecture in all of Japan. My primary objective was to ski, so I've been camping near the mountains and hiking into the wilderness in search of breathtaking views. But in true Hokkaido fashion, the snow has come down non-stop for the past 2 weeks, which is ideal for powder, but not so ideal for filming. The weather finally shifted this week, so I documented a couple unforgettable adventures to show you. I'm honestly not a huge skier, so you won't catch me on resorts much, but for me, backcountry skiing satisfies the same itch that hiking does. Getting out into wilderness where not many others venture and searching for epic views. But I will say, the climax for hiking peaks when you're rewarded with views after a grueling climb. And then satisfaction diminishes over time as you have to hike down. With backcountry skiing though, the excitement continues even after reaching the top because getting to ski down in untouched snow rather than hiking down is a huge bonus. So on this Bluebird day, we sought out the best views of Mount Yotei, which is the most famous volcano in western Hokkaido. Let's talk about winter in Hokkaido. In my opinion, it's undoubtedly one of the best places in Japan to visit in winter. From incredible skiing, onsens, beautiful snowy landscapes, ice festivals, the seafood that is considered some of the best in Japan, there is just so much to do and see. However, it's not all rainbows and butterflies. As someone whose vehicle is also their home, the extreme weather comes with several big challenges. So if you're also considering buying or renting a van and coming to Hokkaido in winter, or you're just curious about how I'm handling the cold up here, here are the biggest challenges I've faced. Number one, driving is dangerous. With the constant snow, there's sometimes really poor visibility and the roads are always icy or slippery. There are accidents all the time with even locals and bus drivers who are used to these conditions. So for tourists, whether Japanese or foreign, these are probably not the conditions you are used to, so you need to be very careful. I would strongly suggest getting all-wheel or four-wheel drive. Despite having brand new winter tires, my van is only two-wheel drive and rear wheel at that, so it's quite stressful getting up hills because I barely have any traction and I've had to get pushed or towed out of several situations already. Secondly, everything freezes. The temperatures aren't absurd. It gets to about -10 to 15 degrees Celsius at night, but my van isn't insulated, so I have to layer up and bury myself in blankets to keep warm. But while I've gotten used to it, my food and liquids have not. They often get frozen solid, so I've had to resort to buying big bottles of tea, as the freezing point of tea seems to be a lot lower than water. And of course, all water fountains in parks up here are shut off for the winter, so I need to buy bottled water, which I don't feel great about. My laptop battery also gets frozen, which is really bad for it, and it won't turn on in the morning unless I heat it up or charge it up once again. Same goes for my auxiliary battery, which charges everything inside the van, from my lights, my electronics, my fridge, which I don't need right now. Except the battery will still hold a charge, it just doesn't accept a charge from the engine or my solar panels. So if I have a long drive ahead of me, or it happens to be a sunny day, which is very rare around here, all that energy that could be getting stored into the battery is just wasted. So what I've had to do if I have a long drive ahead of me is, first thing in the morning, I will stuff my electric blanket around my battery, and after a couple hours, the battery will heat up to around 2 degrees Celsius, at which point it will be able to accept a charge. If it gets really cold, sometimes my gas camping stove won't even turn on because butane can't vaporize below a certain temperature, which sucks because I want nothing more than just a hot cup of tea or coffee on these cold mornings. So I sometimes have to resort to convenience store coffees. And my sink has also been out of commission for the past couple weeks because my water tanks are frozen, which adds a layer of complication to doing my dishes and washing vegetables. Finally, it has become way more difficult to find places to sleep. I normally find low-key park-ups such as free campsites or parks, but free campsites are all but closed down in winter in the north, and parks, usually being covered in several feet of snow, are not used either, and therefore their parking lots are not cleared. So I'm coming to a park up that I came to in fall here in 𝐒𝐂𝐂𝐑𝐈𝐏𝐻𝐍. That was fantastic because right outside the middle of town and beside a gym. But judging by the amount of snow on the side of the road, I doubt the parking lot is still operational, and I'm sure the bathrooms are also closed. So this is the bathroom. The snow covers almost the entire doorway, so I'm pretty sure this is closed. Well, I guess it's back to a roadside station for the night. So I've had to rely on michi-no-eki, or roadside stations, which I've mentioned in previous videos are often adjacent to busy roads, and there are lots of people coming in and out, so it's just hard to get a good night's sleep. However, you're guaranteed 24-hour toilets, a cleared parking lot, and often garbage or sorting bins. Not only that, they're everywhere across Japan. In Hokkaido alone, there are over 100, so there's usually one within an hour of wherever you might be. My channel isn't all about the highlights. I always want to be transparent about the challenges because it's far from an easy life, and I hope that if you're following in my footsteps, that you can learn from my difficulties. But for me, these challenges are well worth getting to explore this beautiful prefecture. So speaking of, let's get back to exploring. So we've got another gorgeous day on our hands, which I really want to stress has not been the case for the last 2.5 weeks that I've been here. It's really just been cloudy and snowy, and I've just had no motivation to shoot. So that has really flipped upside down. But anyway, today's gonna be a bit of a rest day from skiing, just done a lot of it, and I have a huge adventure planned tonight, so wanna just chill today, get some work done, maybe get some ramen and onsen, and yeah, I'll catch you later. You know me, you already know what's going on. Cold plunge time.
Proper footwear for the conditions because it's nice and sunny. I'm ready. What are you waiting for?
might be wondering, why do we put ourselves through this pain? Why do you put yourself through this pain, Bea?
No, he asked me to.
No, no, I guess so.
No, I think it's nice. It's a nice feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me too, I mean, obviously the numerous health benefits are kind of getting to be common knowledge these days. I think there's so many heart benefits that boost your, your mood. It burns fat. Yeah, I think it's also just like seeking discomfort, pushing your boundaries. I kind of enjoy doing that kind of thing, but still, every time I'm about to get in the water, I'm like, damn, do I really want to do this now? And then when I'm in the water, I'm like, I want to get out. And yeah, so I think cold plunging is just such a great way to seek discomfort, to borrow, the slogan from Yes Theory. And I mean, that's one of the whole reasons I embarked on this journey in the first place, like living that 9-to-5 career life. It's very comfortable, and I think every time I did a trip or I went cold plunging, like I could feel myself like surpassing boundaries, and I wanted to chase that more. So I think it's just very in line with my lifestyle these days.
It's like the easiest step.
What is?
A cold shower morning.
Yeah, exactly. It's something you can implement in your daily life.
Pretty much.
So get into cold water. Okay, I'm gonna skip the onsen for today, but the light is looking great, so we're gonna try to find some Yotei compositions for sunset.
Hi. What are you looking at right now?
Wait, there definitely are. I can see 2 more people up there now. That will be me tomorrow. Well, in like 12 hours. In 12 hours, I'll be on the rim of that crater. Hopefully. Well, not quite. Let's say 14 hours. Skiing down into the crater at sunrise. That is crazy.
Can you imagine he's gonna be in the hole of that thing? That's not what I meant.
Did you get that on video?
Oh well.
Did you get it? No. Okay, ready for this banger shot? Ready? Ready? Well, we knew this would happen, but it's more of a morning light spot because we're facing the southeast side of Mount Yotei, so it's completely in shadow. So we got a couple decent shots, but nothing that great. It's still nice for sure, but I'd recommend the spot if you're coming to come maybe morning or earlier afternoon. I'm getting hungry though. Let's go get some food. This is Shiribetsu that we ski toured 3 days ago. Yeah, on the other side of that mountain. Cool. Dinner plans, hopefully it's open. Looks like a hole in the wall gem. Oh yeah, nothing like a hot ramen on a cold Hokkaido day.
Okay, put it.
Currently 3 a.m. at the trailhead for Mount Yotei. Time to start. The Mount Yotei expedition team consisted of me, Toby from earlier in the video, and Holly, both who I've been skiing with for the past couple weeks. As we began our climb in the dark, we could already hear the winds up the mountain like a raging river. The snow was also icy from the sunny days recently, not ideal for skinning, so we had to put on ski crampons quite early. As we continued, we met a group that started before us, coming back down after giving up before the summit. Already, our prospects were not looking good. The climb became almost vertical, and it was pretty much impossible to continue up on skis, so we strapped them to our bags and began climbing on all fours.
The winds were the strongest I've ever experienced. If you tried to stand up straight, you'd risk getting blown backwards, and you probably wouldn't stop for a very long distance.
There he is! Woohoo! Let's go! The crew made it up! Woo! And mandatory onigiri. I love these onigiris from 𝐒𝐒𝐂𝐑𝐈𝐿 because there's so many different flavors that 7-Eleven and Family Mart and Lawson don't have. This one is Yama Wasabi Zangi Mayo. Zangi Mayo. So wasabi, zangi, which is like Hokkaido style fried chicken, and mayo. I'm really excited. Verdict on the wasabi zangi mayo. It's alright if you like wasabi. Like, that's kind of the predominant flavor, so try it out though if you ever come across a 𝐒𝐒𝐂𝐑𝐈𝐿 Mart, which there are lots in Hokkaido, only in Hokkaido.
After a quick breakfast, it was time to ski into the crater. We had to crawl just to avoid getting blown off the mountain. There's Toby at the bottom of the crater, so Holly and I followed.
Oh yeah! Woohoo! We did it!
We had to take a couple photos to celebrate this bucket list moment. But when it comes to craters, what comes down must go back up.
Lunchtime.
Alright. Poor Ryan's gonna vlog this.
Kanpai. So it's officially March now, which pretty much marks the end of the ski season here in Hokkaido, because really the best snow falls in January and February. But the last 3 weeks have been focused on skiing, and that was my primary objective for coming to Hokkaido in winter. That's why I brought my entire backcountry ski setup. So I'm quite satisfied with the outcome. But since I pretty much notched off all the things I wanted to do on my bucket list, we're now taking the opportunity to head to eastern Hokkaido. And that's where I am currently standing in the 𝐒𝐿𝐷𝐈 National Park. And we've got a whole lot of things on the agenda that are not skiing. So look forward to the next video.
Bye-bye.